Let me tell you
you've
something.
tried everything before and haven't gotten a result.
There's nothing more
Listen,
satisfying.
Dr. Bryant, you're going to have to on the first night to find your husband.
See how easy.
I'm going to marry this woman that I fell in love with.
See how easy men tell on themselves? We don't know that you're capable of marriage. We don't know that you're capable of commitment. Neither does this new woman that you have.
Right.
So she's in a very risque relationship. Because what we do know is you didn't create none of that. I called off 2 weddings. I'll leave some.
Of 2 weddings. How many relationships you been in?
That's my work.
Lifetime.
Justin.
No, I'm just saying. It seems like you figured it out. Why did you give that putty to somebody who didn't consider marrying you if you have all the answers? You don't think she ever been cheated on before?
I know that she has.
Y'all delusional together. No, that's why y'all best friends. That's why y'all best friends. It makes sense now.
Respectfully.
2 delusional people together. Been on the topic of relationships and you having all the knowledge that you have, being engaged, being in relationships, going through everything you've been through, how important is sex in a relationship to you?
To me personally?
To you personally and in general.
What studies show?
I want you to speak to you because I'm interested in you, the person, because the studies are cool. We start with you and then I want to know the studies.
I'm laughing because you asked the question and my best friend's whole face said,
oh, shit.
How important it is to me?
Yes.
On a scale of what, 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
It's like a 9 point... Wow. 9. I
know that's right.
9.
As a 9.9, you will have relationship problems, just being honest. Anybody who values sex that high on that degree, it's going to be difficult, especially if you're single, because you're going to keep looking for that 9.9 if you can't find it.
It's very important.
So that man with 2 kids, what he was doing to you?
We didn't have any problems in the bedroom.
I know that's right.
We ain't had no problems. He was 6'8", 240. I ain't had no problems in the bedroom.
Okay.
I had no problems. But yeah, I think sex is very important after you have developed the substance and the relational piece, as long as it's not just performative.
Don't just do that. So you know all the information that you have. You ever had a one-night stand?
No.
I don't believe that.
I haven't.
Take a shot to that. I haven't.
I haven't.
Never in your life. Mm-mm. You never had a one-night stand?
I never.
A 2-night stand?
No.
I don't believe her. She too part of the industry. She's too public, too seen. If the sex is at a 9.9 for her necessity needs, her saying that she hasn't had a one-nighter or a 2-nighter, I just don't believe it either.
I attempted in my mind to say, I want to try to do something casually, but it ended up not being casual. It ended up being a whole years of relationship. So
you did it?
Never had it.
So when...
I'm not into casual sex. So
she did it without saying that she did it. Pay attention to what she said. Y'all gotta rewind it, but she said it without saying she did. It's crazy.
Okay.
One night stand won't.
Have you been married before?
No, been engaged twice.
Okay, so there's people who's had sex on the first date and got married.
Yeah.
So maybe you should change your approach.
Ooh, so maybe I should find somebody tonight.
Yeah, I think tonight is the night.
It
could happen. And y'all might get married. It might be the greatest love story ever.
And then I'll just give you credit for saying, like, Justin gave me this great advice.
Great advice.
To go just casually give up my vajay.
No, don't do it like that.
Respectfully.
I feel like with all the information.
And that's how I found my husband.
No, but I
imagine
feel like,
that.
No, but look.
Imagine that. The first. Hold on. Imagine the first interview I do.
You've waited. No, and did everything else your way, and it didn't work.
The first interview I do after I get married, I'm gonna say, Justin told me, just give up the putty.
Yeah.
Quick.
Live life.
And he was
Let
right.
Your hair down.
And now I'm married.
Yeah.
I think he's saying it possibly because you are an older woman. So if you're trying to still, I'm not saying women should be throwing themselves out there, but as you get to a certain age, still holding on to it, it's probably still going to do you a disservice, especially if you have that the specific guy that you want. If it's a lot of competition in your field with that guy, if you withholding it for this large amount of time, thinking that it's going to go up in value, you might be sadly mistaken, possibly.
To this hunk of a man with no kids.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Just make sure he don't have no kids.
Oh my God.
And I think it can happen for you.
Oh, I think we on to something.
I'm just saying, because you've waited and it didn't work. So at this point, it's only one thing left for you to do to find your husband.
Be a slut.
On the first night.
God damn.
I'm trying to tell you.
Damn.
That on the first night Y'all be together forever after that.
Forever.
Ever.
Because it be like, it's either going to hit or not.
Because if you could wait and it's the perfect man and it's 9.9, sex is important, and you wait and he's phenomenal and the sex is trash, then what?
But what if I tell you?
Hold on, before she explains her point, I understand where Justin is coming from because she says sex is a 9.9. That means you need to be finding out the best D possible, quick as possible. Now, if you look at character, you would still focus on the character before just the sex part. Even if the sex wasn't that good, you'll still be there. But like he said, it's failing for you. I understand exactly where you're coming from. I don't recommend doing it on the first night, just being honest. I would want my chick to have a little bit more standards than just us busting down on the first night, but I understand where he's coming from.
Hold on, what if I tell you?
I already know.
I want to know what you're going to say about this. What if I tell you that in order for me to reach climax, right?
I got to be in love. We got to know each other.
No, I'm not saying in love, but I like intimacy, right?
A nigga make love to you on the
but
first night.
making love is not intimacy.
You don't believe in love at first sight?
No, but I want a safe space. I want comfort. I need it to be where this body is his and he can say, this is my putty and you're my woman. See, all of that is foreplay for me.
Say the word. I hate you say that. I feel like you like putty, yeah.
You know,
no, that's right.
You know, that's bedroom talk. You know, I get loose up in there now. Y'all ain't ready for that. That's X-rated. But right now, we kind of PG, halfway rated R. But what if I said that? What the truth is that my foreplay is a text like, yo, that's my shit when I get home. And I'm like, ooh, see, home.
Oh, that's her trying to open it up by saying shit. I think she just puts on this veil, which is crazy to me.
Foreplay. My shit, foreplay. I'm turned on. But if I just meet you and there ain't no home, there's nowhere it's mine, it's just like we're just casually having sex, that is hard for me to climax because mentally, I'm not in the space of like what foreplays me, which is this being yours.
But you
I tried that already.
No, but I'm saying yes.
Oh.
There's only one thing you haven't tried.
Okay. Is being a slut.
Exactly. Men love sluts. Men marry sluts.
I got another. Yeah,
Wow,
I got another addition to that. But what if I said I have been and I love being a slut for my man?
That's cool.
Just not for a casual man. Let me tell you something.
You've tried everything before and haven't gotten a result.
There's nothing more satisfying.
Listen, Dr. Bryant, you're going to have to on the first night to find your husband. Can you trust me on this one? You know so much, but can you trust me on this one?
Listen, there's nothing more sexy than being slutted out
on the first night
by your man, by your fiance, by your husband. There's nothing more sexy than saying there's no limits because I'm yours, because we're committed, and you can slut me out because we are committed. I am yours. I have knowledge of you. We have a connection. There's a safe space here. You know, that in that safe space, I'm being serious now, is where a woman gets her nastiest, is where a woman is her freakiest. If a man gets a woman to that space, you good.
I appreciate where she coming from. I mean, I think that's not bad advice for females to say that you get nasty with your guy, for sure. Don't just give it up to any guy. But he's asking specifically for her now. He's not talking about the general public's advice for women.
You would think you in a threesome with just her, because a safe space is what gets a woman to be completely wide open and in tune with her sexuality. That's foreplay for us. So the one night, I may not even climax on the one night stand. I may even tap him and be like, "Can you get up? I'm not having fun here."
Until you try it, don't knock it.
But I can't.
Can you trust me?
You can't slut me out the first night.
Why not?
That's just not.
You're so wrong. That's the thing. You gotta try it.
Thinking about it makes me
go.
But
you gotta. No, but you're gonna know when it's your time.
I'm gonna know when it's the right person.
Yeah.
Does it take like multiple shots of tequila for me to know?
No, you could be sober. You walk in there. And you know that's
and then what happens?
Love at first sight is the greatest.
But that's not love. That's sex at first sight.
No, that's not. Because what if you never leave each other after that?
So love comes after the sex at first sight.
No, you love at first sight. No,
okay, hold on.
Hold on. It's love, lust, and like.
Okay, so
you feel
She's being a contradiction because she already said that she put sex at a high on she put sex high on the totem pole. So how can she say that's just lust like when you said sex is a 9.9? You disregarded all the other characteristics that a relationship brings into your life.
that way? Yeah, speak. Okay, this is smooth. It's just a feeling. I hate that you never fell in love at first sight before.
no. You fell in
I
putty.
fell in love,
You fell in
lust,
putty at first
and
sight.
like
You fell in
at first
putty
sight.
at first sight. And you know what? I love you. You just see how easy.
I'm gonna marry
See
this.
how
I'm gonna marry
easy-
this woman that I fell in love with at
See how
first
easy
sight.
men tell on themselves?
Tell.
But
He
can you-
told me exactly how he walks in the room and falls in putty at first sight.
I didn't say putty.
He just told
I
you
said
said
one
you
person.
walk in
Look, I
and
fell
it
in love
flows and it vibes.
Get
Listen,
it.
I fell in love at first sight once.
She don't even get it.
And guess what?
And y'all did it the first night.
I'm still with that person.
Y'all did it the first
I
night.
love her.
You did it the 1st
I'm
night.
never leaving her.
Okay.
Ever. She's my person.
And that's the same.
And I knew immediately.
Hold on.
Men know what they want immediately.
I was
So
about to
do
say
women.
that. Yep.
And do you believe that someone could be laying right next to their worst enemy? And that
Miss Cheyenne Bryant doesn't understand that it's a whole lot simpler for us. She don't even get it, and she don't understand a woman's superpower. If you got the right woman next to the right guy, she can make that guy change his whole trajectory just for her. And fall in, like he said, lust, love, and like at the same goddamn time. And it's going to be up to her if she's able to keep that guy and keep his mind locked in. But for his initial attraction, oh man, you can make a nigga twinkle toes floating in the sky. This man floating in the clouds off of your essence, your energy, and your vibe, everything, your beauty. But she don't even understand that.
someone that you're with can just wish so much bad on you that, you start to feel that. And I feel like I went through that.
I think the challenge with you is you need to make sure that you don't fall prey to the familiarity. We don't know that you're capable of marriage. We don't know that you're capable of commitment. Neither does this new woman that you have.
Right.
So she's in a very risque relationship because what we do know is you didn't create none of that. But the hopes is that you don't fall prey to your norm, which is what you've already created. Because, see, we can teach what we know, but we create who we are. That's why I don't teach people to be married. I teach them how to get out of their own way, because healthy people have healthy relationships. Broken people create broken relationships.
So she trying to call Justin Laboy broken right now with his Coy Lorraine relationship, because he's telling her that she should bust down on the first night because sex is such a high priority in her life, and he's saying that he did that. He fell in love, lust, like, and he said he planning on marrying her. Now Dr. Bryant is trying to say that this man is a fool and feel like his situation ain't a real one.
Then creating broken homes, family, and children. And so I think for you, you have to make sure that you're not back into this fairy tale ideology. And then once this fairy tale is done, you fall away from the we's into the I's, because commitment isn't a feeling. It's about doing what you said you would do regardless of how you feel. And it's about you activating the man in you, not the boy in you, and saying, even if I don't like something right now, how do I bring peace if I can't bring understanding? How do I know how to stick in this and still solve the problem inside the love we have? How do I dislike you right now while I still love you? How can I have an issue with you inside the love? How can I still be committed to you while I'm pissed off with everything you said and everything you did? How can I stay connected to you when I don't like the electricity that's coming out of you? That's maturity. Marriage is for mature people.
I'm not mad at that.
Commitment is for mature people. And marriage is not you marrying her, it's you marrying God. And when you play with marriage, you play with God. Because when God covers you, you're not marrying this woman.
Right.
You're marrying God. And so when you cheat or there's infidelity or deception, you're deceiving God, which is deceiving yourself. That's why
I don't like when people attach it to God like that. I feel like we are still living a human experience, so I don't like playing the attachment game to say, like, I'm marrying God, I'm having sex with God at the same time. I understand the correlation, but I just don't like the analogy.
I say cheating is a character deficit.
Right. Have you
Because
ever cheated before? Be
I have.
honest.
Have I ever, you said be
You
honest?
ever cheated on somebody before?
No. I haven't been married anyways.
High
I've been
school,
a...
not so hold
High
on,
school,
hold
Lord have
on,
mercy. No,
hold
especially not in high
on.
school.
You said I haven't been married.
Yeah.
So if you're not married, it's not considered cheating.
I haven't cheated on somebody in high school or in a relationship.
No, but you said I haven't been married when I said cheating.
Meaning I haven't been.
You can't cheat if you're not married.
You can cheat if you're committed. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But I have not cheated in an infidelity way, meaning through marriage. But I have not cheated when I'm committed. No.
Okay.
But I'm
How
a
often do you commit?
believer.
How many
I called off
relationships
2
have
weddings. I'll leave some.
you of 2
That's
weddings?
my-
How many
that's my-
relationships you been in?
That's my work.
Lifetime. Seems like,
Justin.
no, I'm just saying. It seems like you figured it out.
I consider my 2 engagements my relationships. The rest were
how
just
about the-
exclusive
Oh my God.
seasons.
Exclusive.
Really?
Come on.
If I didn't have a ring on my finger, we
But it's
weren't
not
in a
exclusive.
relationship.
You were exclusive.
If you were not,
You were exclusive.
if a
You was
man
having
was
fun with
not
somebody.
intending on marrying me, then we were not in a committed relationship.
So what's that called?
What's what called?
If you're not
Fun?
in a, he didn't consider marrying. Why?
Then
Why
you're
did
in
you
a
give that putty to somebody who didn't consider marrying you? If you have all the answers.
I was in relationships.
No, you were in relationships. The other
Bryant.
person may have not been
No,
in a
no, no, no,
relationship
no.
with you.
No.
Dr. Bryant.
When I was in relationships with a commitment takes 2 parties, Justin.
Oh my God.
Justin,
so you
sip-
never,
sip your
you never,
tequila.
but you never found out
Found out what?
that
Dr. Bryant knows how to run around questions very well. She'll run around them and say that she's not in those situations while being in those situations. You say that you never cheated because you're not nothing committed, but then you sit right here and say that the only things you perceived as committed were your 2 past engagements. Anything in between that was just a situation. You've just been having fun.
somebody wasn't exclusive to you.
No.
So you never been cheated on before either.
What is my best friend saying over there?
You
She's shaking her head.
But she know you've been cheated on before. You don't think she ever been cheated on before?
I know that she hasn't.
Y'all delusional together. That's why y'all best friends. That's why y'all best friends. It makes sense now.
Respectfully.
2 delusional people together.
They don't even live.
Every man has cheated before.
No.
Except for me, Obama, and Papoose.
Respectfully.
We the 3 people that never cheated before.
No.
I'll say this: her saying that penis is at a 9.9 for her, those type of guys, and the realm that she lays in, those guys definitely have possibly cheated before because they didn't prioritize her. So that means that they're probably looking at other things not to make her the main girl. Like, yeah, she's attractive, but at the same time, if you're dealing with men who's dealt with a whole bunch of attractive women, they're not gonna prioritize you. So that means she was getting played with while not accepting that she was getting played with, saying that I'm not committed, so I'm not getting cheated on possibly.
So to answer your question,
You got cheated on before. You don't get to tell me I know.
To answer your experience, the men I've been with, either they did a damn good job,
They did a great job.
or they just didn't cheat.
They did a great
And you got to
job.
remember, I'm an access woman, so I've never been in a relationship with somebody that I didn't have full passwords, full access. We either, we're living together,
Men
any
will
of
be
that.
with you.
So
Men will be with you every day,
on.
everywhere. You could have their phone,
Let
you
me
could have
say this.
access, you could have passwords.
Justin, you
and they'll still
asked
cheat on you.
me if I've
That is
been
true.
cheated on.
No, you didn't know you were
Hold
cheated
on.
on.
Cheating is an experience I would have to have knowledge of.
Oh, okay. So you just didn't know. That's okay.
No. Whatever a man decides to do on his own time that he feels he needs to be sneaky about, I am not an investigator. I'm not a woman who's fatherless. I'm not a woman who has
why you need his
hold on, that
passwords,
has
though?
self-worth deficit.
Why you need his password?
Because
then?
it's called transparency.
No, that's not. That's
I
called
think
you want to be
it's
the
called
FBI and the
It's
CIA.
called transparency.
That's control.
I think the
That's
bigger.
control.
I think the
No
bigger. hold
couple-
on.
no
I think
couple
the.
needs to have
hold on. I
each
think the
other's
bigger question is, why would somebody get into a committed relationship if they're not willing to be transparent?
So
Hold on, before she get into that transparency part, I have a password book just listed if something was to ever happen to me that my wife knows all the passwords to accounts. Before it's just offhand and she just know passwords off the back of her hand or whatnot. No, I don't feel like that's necessary or whatnot to where you have to be that extreme. I need to know this password right now. If something was to happen to me, I need you to know, like, yeah, my phone password, stuff like that. I need you to know that stuff. But outside of that, you don't need to be checking stuff consistently behind my back. Like I said, if there's nothing in your face, we don't need to create the problems to self-sabotage our situations a lot of the times.
Respectfully.
yeah,
Respectfully.
yeah, she like that.
To give out. And I was giving it out. I was
God.
giving it out.
Man, God, listen.
Giving it out.
God is the greatest. God is the greatest.
Period.
And you talk a lot about your father. A man who has 6 kids with 5 women.
Yep.
but he was still
Did your homework. Go on, Justin.
Absolutely. You know I had to, but he was still your hero.
Yeah.
That's very complicated dynamic, of course. Would you date a man like your father?
So love that. That's a hybrid answer. I would date a father like my father. Any man who has multiple kids by multiple women is a womanizer. And in addition to that, you marry none of them. It's not a thought, it's a no. What kind of man goes and procreates with multiple women, provides no covering, no provision, and you're not in the house with any of them? You're selfish, you have narcissistic traits, or you are narcissistic, and you are very much a womanizer.
How she exalt her father to say that he's a hero though? This would be the crazy part sometimes, because women, they'll big up their dads or whatnot. But like the question that he asked, would you date a man like your father? No, you're gonna shame the guy who's out there that's like your father, but your father, you still put him at hero status. Let's continue.
Who cares about one person? Yourself. Now, I just happen to be blessed because my father was a great father, but he wasn't a good man with women, and he was transparent about it. Thank God. A lot of men glamorize their behaviors and make their daughters and sons think that is the way it's supposed to be, or that is the man you're supposed to be choosing. My father told me very loud, if you bring a man who looks like me, smells like me, acts like me, somebody gonna be dead or in jail. Do not ever date a man who does any of those when it comes to a relationship. I'm a great father, he said, but I'm not a good man. I have no desire to be with one woman. That is a father who kept it 100. And because of that, he gave me what is called free will to understand that he's not glamorizing that. So what he did was he pretty much crucified himself at the expense of saving his daughter.
It sound like you still glorify him, just being honest. You said he was still a great father, so did he still do his duty? Did the women still agree and accept all of it? It's a lot of details, but it seems like she's trying to play both sides.
He pretty much said, if I have to crucify me and not glamorize what I do, so you make a better decision, then damn it, so be it. That's what a father is.
Right.
That's what a father is.
think
Don't
you made better
glamorize what you're doing.
decisions?
Do I think I did?
Yeah.
I know I did. And he would tell me all the time. He's passed away now 2 years ago.
Okay.
But he
Rest in
would
peace,
always
Dad.
say, he would always tell me, baby, you've always said you don't want a man with kids, and you have.
And you had a fiance with kids.
Yeah, and guess what he told me?
What?
Baby, you've told me since you could talk, you don't want a man with kids. Just because he has 2 by 2 different women doesn't make him different than me with my 6 by 5. And he said, Daddy would rather you make a better decision.
What if he's a great
That's
guy?
exactly what he said. Because I want better for you.
Wow.
I think narcissism isn't a gender thing. Men and women both have those traits. I do think that society places that more on men because women are more vocal about abuse or their experience with it. I think that men, y'all need to start speaking up more about, which the experience you just talked about, being more vulnerable about it, saying, yo, look, I was in a relationship where I was totally emasculated and she verbally abused me.
No, I think she just don't want to admit that she's very similar to her father. The same way how her father could not choose is possibly the same way how she cannot choose. I think what's crazy is that a lot of chicks will glorify their fathers and put them at hero status when their fathers really weren't great guys. And then the guy that's out there that could be a match for you, that you might say is similar to your father, you'll shame the mess out of him. And let's say he's still better than your father, you'll make it harder for him, but make it so easy for your father, who technically might have been a good for nothing. You'll still put him at the hero status, but shame the guy that might be qualified for you. I think that's crazy.
And I think
Physically too.
right.
I think I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all. Y'all can watch this in its entirety. This is a great interview, just being honest. I don't know how Miss Bryant always go on these goddamn explanation tours. It's kind of crazy. I'm glad she pops up and people push her on these questions because it's great for content, just being honest. I love hearing her trying, backtrack, put all the words together. It's getting her sharper. She's getting sharper. This is definitely still this is definitely an iron sharpens iron situation, or steel sharpens steel situation with her, because I think she just gains a level of experience with every podcast to where she just knows how to just dodge all the blunt questions in her face. When it comes down to a woman saying that she requires sex at a high level, I really want to just expound on that. I think that's just kind of treacherous behavior. I'm just being honest, and it's okay. Like, hey, if you know, for all the average guys out there, you know, or just guys in general, when you start off young, you know, we're in our heads a lot of the time, overthinking sex, the whole nine. And sometimes we think that we're less inadequate for the women who are very average. And, you know, they'll go speaking these talking points saying that they want this and want that. And it'll have a guy psyching himself out. So once you get a little older and you start dealing with certain women who still prioritize the sex level like that, that means she's been probably experiencing the most experienced hunters out there. And just being honest, you can dibble and dabble all you want as a guy, but I'll tell you this, if a chick is speaking like that for something serious, that might be dangerous behavior to get into, just being honest, because of the things that she prioritizes in her life. That being at the forefront, that might be good for fun. Y'all have a great time together, but for the long haul, that ain't gonna be the main thing, because you gonna probably get you're not gonna be looking at sex the same way as you start getting older, especially with that one person. You know, the best sex a lot of the times is just a new vagina, just being honest. That's what's gonna give it the best, the new experience of that feeling all over again. Of course, you with somebody that you really like, yes, it's gonna be hot, but you're not gonna be attracted to her still being slutty as y'all get older. You gonna start getting attracted to different things that's gonna get you that raw drive to, you know, ravish her or whatnot. It ain't gonna be the fact that she just a freaked out, you know what I'm saying, old freak. That might turn you off a little bit as you get older, because your mind start changing and you start becoming attracted to different things as you get older. But when you start seeing these chicks thinking that when you older, it's just like, oh man, I want to be busted down. And a lot of these women don't even take care of themselves no more. So how you got a freaked out mentality and you got a 60-year-old, 70-year-old body? I'm talking about the ones that ain't taking care of themselves. Now, it's one thing you got a freaked out mentality and you actually take care of yourself and you actually keep yourself in shape competing with 20-something-year-olds. Okay, that's different. You're built different. But if you're just like, you know, built like granny, and I'm talking about granny, and you still talking about, yeah, I need that thing to touch my throat. I need that thing to touch my ribs. That's crazy as hell, and that's not attractive at all. Just being honest. But yeah, I've been under the COVID. Just being honest, your boy is still recovering. I'm fighting my hardest to get through this vitya, because my energy levels is dropping. You know, the room is spinning right now. I'm about to, let me stop. It is rough though. I'm not gonna lie. It is really rough trying to overcome this, but the whole family has been down and out, and I have succumbed to the wounds of everybody else. I've become victim of what's been plaguing everybody up in here. But we fighting through it. You know, we just gonna get back on the grind. We gonna stay consistent. We can't let this stuff shut us down. But I want to get y'all thoughts on this, man. How y'all feel about Miss Bryant? Justin Laboy, I'm not mad at his pushback. I'm not mad at it, because he made some great points. I don't agree with everything the way how, you know, he or she should move, but when it comes down to where he implemented it for her life to try and offset her choices, it makes a lot of sense. It makes too much sense, because if you would think that she has all the answers and knowledge, why isn't her situation different? And he said maybe you should play a different game. You like to move in them circles. You like to dibble and dabble in that world. Go all in and you might find your guy possibly. But, hey, we will never know, because like I said, a lot of people, they hide the information. They hide their true nature, and we probably will never will. But, man, y'all make sure y'all watch this in its entirety. Y'all like the video, comment below. This is your guy, JayBReacts. And until next time, y'all. Peace.